Oh, wow. Welcome to the Hue Virtual Chat. It is number 45. Wow. And we're getting close to the end of 2020. So it's going to be a big, huge show. It's our last show for 2020. So let's open up the doors to all of our lovely ladies and a few surprise guests. Okay, here we go. Oh my goodness, look at all these faces. It is so amazing. Hello, everybody. See, my screen is a little further away, so like the boxes are really small. So if I'm leaning forward, I'm just trying. Oh, Robyn, you look spectacular. There's Katie. Give a wave, Katie. And JC Caldo. Hey, nice to meet you virtually. So we've got a big show. We've got a lot of guests. Oh, kisses to Cynthia and welcome back, Maria. So good to see you too. And the Santa hat on Charlotte too, of course. Oh my goodness, this is so great. And Kelly, so good to see you too. Give a wave. I know some of people haven't met each other, so feel free to all ask questions too as well. I am actually, you are all muted right now, so when you need to go to speak, unmute yourselves. I'm going to go to Katie first. Katie, representing Royal Winnipeg Ballet. And, needless to say, it's all about the arts and culture in this first half hour or so anyway. So we're here to celebrate. And I'm going to Katie first because, well, she's a dancer and she has physiotherapy. Physiotherapy is way more important. And during this time, I guess, obviously with the pandemic, that must be a bit of an issue too, right, Katie? Do we lose you, Katie? Oops, we lost her. Okay, we got her back on. Do you have audio? Katie, you might be muted.
Oh, there we go. Is that working? Can you hear me?
Yes, it's working now.
Wonderful. Yeah. Sorry about that. We had a little technical difficulty over here.
Oh, no worries. No, I was just saying that, physiotherapy is very important to dancers. And even though we're in a pandemic and we're not really performing, the injuries don't stop and all that. And actually, it's probably been a good time, right, for dancers to recoup and get their bodies back, correct?
Yeah, it's been really nice. I had a couple of lingering injuries from the previous season that actually had time to settle down and I had time to focus on recovery. So it was one of the very few silver linings to this pandemic, but you got to count them when you can. So.
Okay. Well, you know what? We are going to have a little bit of Christmas. Thank you to the Royal Winnipeg Ballet, the Nutcracker Suite will be coming to us virtually. So fill us in on how this is all going to go down, Katie.
Well, it's a really different experience for all of us this year, but I think there's a saying in the dance world that the Nutcracker is usually people's least favorite ballet because you do it every single year and it gets repetitive and the music's the same. But this year, the fact that we actually get to do some sort of Nutcracker, I don't think the company's been more excited to perform Nutcracker as they have been this year. So it's very different. The company is currently divided into 3 cohorts with approximately 8 or 9 dancers per group. We're wearing masks for the entire performance and we are socially distant on stage. So the only partnering that you will see is going to be done between people who are actually real life romantic couples and live in the same household. Everybody else is not partnering, they're not touching. And it's filmed in Studio 116, so it's been converted into sort of a black box theater, they're calling it. There's minimal sets, there's lighting, there's costumes, and there's the music. So a little bit of a different storyline too. Some of the sections it's not possible to do with such small groups. And a lot of the sections have actually been re-choreographed by the dancers to accommodate the fact that we can't partner for certain things. So sections like Spanish and Arabian, which typically have some partnering involved, are completely different, completely reimagined by the dancers. So it's going to be a really special Nutcracker this year. I'm really excited to see how it all comes together.
And what parts are you playing? Because I know that everybody plays multiple parts, right, in Nutcracker.
Yes, exactly. So my cohort, we are doing half of the battle scene. The battle scene's been divided into 2 of the cohorts. So we are really fat gray mice for one section. And then I'm in the reimagined Spanish dance. And then I'm also in the women's pot of cat in the pink Waltz of the Flowers costumes. So that one's actually quite similar to what it normally would be, but the rest are a little bit different.
Of course, and that's got to be one of the hardest and parts for the women, and I remember that oh so well.
Yep, it really is. Those jumps on point.
Yes. No. And what has it been like for you personally, Katie? I know everybody has their own personal stories to tell, but how has this affected you, good and or bad?
It's definitely been a roller coaster. There's been a lot of really low lows, but there's also been some really good highs as well. Kind of like I said earlier, there is some silver linings through all of this, but it's been really challenging. Being a ballet dancer, there's already so little job security, and now to have a pandemic that essentially shut us down for almost 8 months. The question on my mind for a lot of it was, is the ballet world going to survive this thing? And for a while, it didn't look good. We tried to stay optimistic. We tried to keep in some sort of shape, doing ballet class in our kitchens and in our living rooms, and in apartments and in houses that don't have proper flooring. It's really difficult to stay in shape. So it was very challenging, but I actually think the pandemic has brought our company even closer together, because we all could kind of share in the experience together, and we kind of lifted each other up when we needed. And once we actually got back into the studios, everybody was just ecstatic. I personally noticed an incredible change in my day-to-day mood as soon as we were able to start taking classes back in, I think it was late July, that we were slowly starting to come back in 2 at a time in one studio, once every 3 or 4 days. That was it. But even that was just like, I'm home. It was really nice. And now we're doing Nutcracker in some shape or form. So
yes. So for the rest of us, though, this will be virtually. There will be a link that you can purchase. And so, Katie, do you have any information more on that, on how we can get that?
So if you visit our website at rwb.org, and you either can go to what's on or buy tickets, and it'll be pretty obvious the Nutcracker Suites will be available to buy tickets through our website. And then there's 3 performances, I believe, the 23rd, the 26th, and the 27th. So it'll be the same show, and you'll get a Zoom link emailed to you, I believe, the morning of the show. And we actually filmed everything last week. So it's in the editing process right now. The dancing will not be live. I believe there was talk about having a live component with Andre Lewis introducing the production. So I believe that part might be live, and then the rest of the dancing is pre-recorded to try to flow together as best as possible when everything's divided into 3 cohorts.
Wow. Well, we can hardly wait to see all of the company on stage, and I think that will happen, sooner than we think. Yeah,
I hope so.
Yeah. But anyways, thank you so much, Katie, for taking this time. Please stay until your appointment.
Of course.
And we all send our love to all of the dancers and Andre and Tara and all of the staff. We're going to hear too on how Kelly and her staff and actors have pivoted to as well. It's just been a crazy, crazy year, especially for all of our talented arts and culture people. And we all send our love and show our support. So anybody, please go to rwb.org, and you can find all the information on the Nutcracker Suite. And look out for a little fat gray mouse. That might be Katie. Okay, thanks so much. Well, we're going to keep on in the arts and culture. So I'm going to go over to Kelly. Give a wave, Kelly, if so all the others can see who you. Hi, how have you been? I mean, it's a rhetorical question. I hate saying it, but last time I think you were on was, way back in late spring, and, everybody making all sorts of different plans, correct?
Yeah. I it's for all of us, it's been a roller coaster year. I don't think there's one person that can deny what an odd and strange year we've all had. But certainly for us in the performing arts, it's been hugely challenging because our business is gathering, large groups of people together to tell stories. So, but we're so excited to release All Is Bright. It's a holiday variety show, songs and stories of the season. Like Katie, everyone was masked except for when singers sang, but all the musicians around them, everyone was socially distanced. And like the Nutcracker, the only pairing are actually bubbled in real life, so they're safe. But everybody was so thrilled to come back to the building and to make art again. I think it's been a drought for all of us, and to actually come together to make this has been amazing. We shot it over 3 days in the John Hirsch main stage. And all around the building. So it's a love letter to theater. It's very much theater on film. It several times during the performance, it pulls the curtain back and shows you how we make theater magic happen in a film context. So there's some really exciting numbers that showcase the theater and also showcase the building. We have there's the most incredible epic shot of Stephanie Sy singing Hamig Pasco, which is Tagalog Christmas carol, mashed up with Silent Night. And she's in our front lobby, like no one has probably ever seen our front lobby. It's like beautifully lit columns of blue that from floor to ceiling. And she does a stunning performance. We have, Corey Wojek is singing Jingle Bells in our paint shop with musicians. It's all decked out with holiday cheer. But, we really wanted to have a diverse array of stories being told and to showcase as many people as possible in the performance. But it's a real holiday treat. We do this fantastic salute to the magic of our fly galleries. You'll see it when you see the show, but it really shows an audience. It shows what our naked stage looks like, which our audience has probably never seen before, and then shows all the magic flying in. In fact, we borrowed a backdrop from the Nutcracker. They weren't using it this year. The Brian Perchalek had originally designed. So yeah, it's been such a treat to put it together. And it's part of Safe at Home Manitoba, sponsored by the province. So it was, it's been hugely uplifting to all of us. I think all of us for a long time hoped that we could deliver something live on stage by the holidays, but it was not to be. So this is a great, it's my first foray into theater on film, and I could get kind of addicted to it. Actually, I had a lot of fun making it. So, yeah. But obviously, we're all craving to come back to our live audience sometime soon.
It just sounds like an amazing experience, and who knows, it might be the offshoot to, like you said, more projects. I was going to throw it out to Kelly and to Katie, and it's just because for myself too, being a former dancer and being in a studio and everything like that. You experienced, or you said, spoke of the excitement about people coming back to the building. Did you notice that you were really excited about the smell of the building? I know it's kind of a weird thing, but the smell when you step on stage and that air, you're laughing, so I'm not too far off. Katie?
Truthfully, all we can smell right now is the cleaning solutions that they're using.
No.
I think if we got back to the actual theater, I would 100% agree with you. It does have a very particular smell that I can't quite describe, but right now everything just smells like sanitizer.
True. I forgot about that. And but Kelly, though, even like when you step on stage, though, right? Like it does have that different feeling.
Yeah, there's an energy. I mean, all of us were wearing masks that were on the crew side. So I not really any smell of anything, but there's this epic moment where we do Carol of the Bells instrumental, and it's somebody's in the audience and two people are on stage, and it's kind of a circular performance with the musicians, and deliberately placed in the middle of the house, and the lights of the audience slowly rise, and it's just this. It's a beautiful, testament to the energy in that room, because for 60 years, stories have been told in that, on the stage, and it's a super powerful energy to see that it's an empty audience, but it holds so much energy, and it kind of beckons its audience back with the energy of the music. So no smell, but lots of energy.
No smell. Okay. No, just as you're describing it, it's just in my mind, and that brought back a lot of memories. So Kelly, where can we get the link and for more information? Just on the website?
Yeah, so it's free, but it's a gift from MTC to everyone in Manitoba. But it's you just go to royalmtc.ca and look for All Is Bright and click the link. And we just want to put it through our box office so that we can register people, and we can give them a digital program and make sure that they can get into the link. And the link is live from December 19th, so this Saturday night, all the way till New Year's Eve, so December 31st. Oh. So you can watch it as many times as you want. So we're excited.
Oh, well, we all thank all of you at the Royal MTC, and you know what, and we love and support all of the local actors too that have graced those stages, and send my love to Stephanie and to Debbie and all the rest too. You got to work with an incredible cast, Kelly.
Yeah, I love the cast.
We thank you. So, and that's gonna be a nice segue to maybe a new debut on Royal MTC when it gets back. JC Caldo, welcome. I know you might be a little outnumbered here with all these ladies, but hey.
No.
Get to know Kelly Thornton, artistic director. Okay, sir.
Hello.
Hello. So JC Caldo is a singer-songwriter, and I guess you have written an epic song. It's Quarantine Christmas. So take it away, JC.
It's a Quarantine Christmas. Man, it makes me so happy just hearing Katie, Kelly, and just the talks about still making music and art be a part of our lives. I believe that it's an essential thing to have right now. Music is very healing and art is very healing. So when I teamed up with Tad and Jordan on making It's a Quarantine Christmas, we really wanted to bring light into the situation that we're all in, and kind of just having fun with this quarantine holiday season that we're all kind of experiencing. So that's kind of where it was born out of. We wanted to make a tune inspired by kids, dedicated for kids. So yeah.
Aw. And give us a little background too on how you even got into all of this, JC.
Oh man. Well, I grew up with a karaoke machine. I'm Filipino. I'm pretty sure I sang before I could even speak. And just out of high school, I wanted to kind of just follow my heart and see where the arts will take me. And I was taken under the wing of my theater mentor, Joseph Cirillo, who showed me the community here in the city, and I was blown away with just the amount of talent and light that comes from this community, and I instantly just wanted to be a part of it. So I've just kind of been exploring my space since then. So yeah.
And then how has this whole pandemic affected you, JC? Obviously, it's led you into more music, but family, friends, and just trying to navigate through all of this. What's your journey been like?
Oh man, I feel like it's been challenging to say the least, but I feel like it just made our community a lot stronger, and it just put the importance of it just made our connection just a lot more important. It just put emphasis on that, of how important it is to be with our loved ones and to really spend time with them, and to just value the things that we already have, and just being content with that. I'm really learning to celebrate the simple joys in life and the people that I have currently. Yeah.
Aw. Well, we really hope. And did you actually, I wanted to talk to you about the song itself, right?
Yes.
You're giving proceeds of the song.
Yes, yes. We are donating 50% of the proceeds towards the Music Equals program. It is a program from MCMA where they will be providing access to music towards underserved communities, specifically children. Like I said, I believe music is very healing. So it's an important part of children's development. And yeah, it's just really important. And I really believe in the cause. So we decided to give to that for this
Awesome.
song.
Yes. And so, and where can we get the song? And will you be able to do it, perform for us?
I can. This is actually a sister track to two songs, and yes, we released It's a Quarantine Christmas, and we also released a little bit of a heartwarming song that's called Christmas This Year that I would love to share with you because I believe it's something that would be really fitting for this occasion. Is that okay?
Okay. All right.
Yeah,
Take it away, JC.
I'll share with you a little snippet of it. I'm not the best guitar player, but I will try my best. Looking out my window, frosted and frozen in time. I placed the one finger on the surface and watched the cold blinker and flow to the sill. Looking out my window, seeing the city so bright. Laughter and holiday smiles like the tree in the square with the fire in their eyes. Christmas this year may be one that I can't remember. Presents this year may be one that I can forget. If having you near is the answer to all of my prayers, then I'll have you here in my heart, and you have my dear. Very little snippet about this year's Christmas, and it may be one that we can't remember, but it sure will be one that we will never forget.
Oh, well, so thank you to you, JC. Stick around. Yes, all right. And a quarantine Christmas, get it, and proceeds go to a great cause too as well.
Yes.
You're doing amazing work.
Oh, thank you so much. Can I add?
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. Can I add that this song also 50% of the proceeds of Christmas this year will be going towards another organization that we're really passionate about. It's called For the Future. It's called For the Future. It's an organization based in the Philippines dedicated to reforestation and empowering indigenous Filipino voices. So yeah, it's a really cool program that right now they're collecting donations towards victims of the typhoon that has recently hit the Philippines. So if you would like to make a donation, please check it out at forthefutureph.com.
Thank you so much. And you know what? Can we get the songs on iTunes? Is that how you purchase?
Yes. So they are both on iTunes, Spotify, and on YouTube, wherever you listen to your music. It's called It's a Quarantine Christmas, and the other one is Christmas This Year. Awesome.
Oh, my goodness. We need more of you, JC Caldo.
Thank you.
That might be actually a nice segue to Allie. Allie, how are you doing?
Hey, I'm doing well. I'm doing as good as we can be right now. I'm not flourishing, but I'm trekking for sure.
Yeah, so fill us in on Upside Down Tree, doing such great community work, just like JC is trying to do. It's been, I guess, a very challenging year trying to do that too as well.
Yeah, absolutely. So I have to give so much kudos to both Katie and Kelly. The Upside Down Tree, with Carmen Aleshka being the founder, art is everything to her, and it means so much to her. And so we are really, really trying this year to support the arts as much as we can from so many different angles, because it's, for me, it's incredibly therapeutic, but it's also a huge thing in her family, and it's just a big piece of her family. So thank you for not letting this kind of get you down, and still doing what you do best and what helps other people see how beautiful the arts are. But for us at the Upside Down Tree, things are a little bit different, obviously, with COVID being here. But I found that because the way that we are set up, and we do provide support, not only financial, but just volunteering, marketing help, anything like that, right? It's actually become a very high need right now. Because if you look at different agencies, they will have less staff, or they'll have, and that's due to COVID or funding or lack thereof, or they'll have just a need, right, when it comes to hygiene products, or just a need when it comes to stocking up their area. So right now I found that this is actually a really, really critical time for an organization like us to exist. The only downside to things, and a little bit different, that would really kind of change the whole Upside Down Tree thing, is we usually do 2 big events every year, 2 big ones that raise a significant amount of funds that we can distribute to different charities. However, with it being, COVID and everything like that, it's been a little bit more difficult, but we've been looking around, and we've been looking and watching so many different amazing events that have gone virtual this year and have done such a good job. That's one of the kind of silver linings about this whole pandemic, is that we found innovative ways to kind of communicate with each other, and I found that really, really interesting. So we're also looking at doing an event, but we're looking to do it in the upcoming year, in 2021. I don't think any of us could handle planning an event right now before the year ended, but we are looking at 2021, and we actually want to keep it in the arts area as well. So we are kind of infamously known for our comedy nights that we like to hold. So we have been talking with our #1 comedian, Megan Riley, who's just a gem, and we are going to be talking about how we can make that happen, and how we can make a virtual show feel just as lively and as kind of therapeutic as it would be if we were sitting in a room full of people watching comedy. So everything's been really good. Everything's been busy. We've given our opportunity to have our first ever intern students. And right now we're actually working with students that are international. So we're just across the globe right now, and we're talking from different times, and being able to bring somebody international in and showing them how amazing philanthropy is, and, the gift of giving, has been such a tremendous award for myself and for everybody at the Upside Down Tree. So things are definitely going. They're busy. We have a lot of things that we're looking forward to, and I would definitely recommend checking out our pages and making sure that you're staying up to date, because I can't even stay up to date. So make sure that you check it out and see what we're doing, because there are some really neat stuff coming. And honestly, what we do the most is just support the community. So if I can see you and you need support, and your area needs support, then I'm hoping that people will feel kind of inclined to let me know that, because at some point or another, I'm going to need support too. And so one of the things that we've been doing is, it's difficult right now that to drop off anything gently used or used items for donations, obviously due to COVID, right? But what we have been able to do is declutter our homes. So not only are we kind of like taking care of our own mental health and the depression that we had of growing things in our home, we also decluttered our home and got rid of a ton of stuff. And through that, we were able to help a significant amount of families. So we've been able to provide hampers that will fill households with different items, for kiddos, all the way from babies up to seniors. So we're still doing our part with what we can, trying to find those loopholes that we can still support people in. But nonetheless, things are going, and we're trekking along. Keep it on.
Well, it sounds like this year hasn't been so bad. I mean, as whole part of it, we're hearing such amazing stories of people pivoting and, living up to the challenges and changing things around. And for yourself too, Ali, I mean, this through all of this, it's had a positive effect on you, I think, too, right? And it's helped you.
Absolutely. I would be such a fibber if I said that my mental health was A+ all year long. Absolutely not. I've definitely had my downfalls. I live alone, right? So I actually don't even have any pets. I've been looking at adopting way too much lately. But even a fish, I was like, I'll go buy a goldfish. No, but it's been difficult for sure. And so being able to see other people, whether it be from a distance or whether whether it be from my vehicle dropping something off and knowing that they're getting it and going inside with their kiddos and they're having somewhat of a holiday for themselves, it definitely fills that piece of loneliness and that piece of hopelessness, because I think that when we're able to help other people and see that, it provides you with your own kind of sense of hope. So for me, this has been tremendously rewarding. I truly don't know what I would be doing if I weren't doing all these other things other than sitting here and staring at the wall probably for far too long. So yeah, I'm very, very blessed.
Well, that's so good to hear. So good to hear. And I guess now, Carmen, are you at the office or are you at home?
Oh, I'm at home. Carmen's probably either watching from home right now or...
Okay. All right. So I'm just not too sure. This is terrible. The screen is so small. Can I actually just walk up to the screen? Who am I missing? This is the first time ever. Be quiet, Robyn. Be quiet. Seriously, because everybody's different on everybody's screen. Tiffany? Lady beside Susie. I thought it was Carmen. Anyways, I will figure this out. I was going to sort of open it up. Yes. Oh, your friend, Andrea. Sorry, Andrea. So yes, you were my mystery Carmen. No.
Oh, I didn't know that. I don't even know who Carmen is, so it's good to know.
Good. That's why you didn't wave. I know.
No.
Oh my goodness, Andrea. So how are things going for you?
I think things are going good, and it's really good today to hear from Kelly on what MTC is doing. We had a board meeting actually last night and got to hear from her and Camilla, and the board I know is really excited about the show coming out, really excited that it's a free opportunity for anyone to listen in and participate. So excited to see what's going to come of that and lift some holiday spirits.
Mm-hmm. And a question to you, Andrea, now, like being on a board like this, and a lot of us do, sit on boards for nonprofits, a lot for the arts. Things have to change, don't they, too, right? On how we kind of look at fundraising, moving on in the future. How people are, when are they going to be able to feel safe coming back to a theater? All those kind of factors. I guess, yeah, as a board member and kind of switching it around, it has been challenging too, correct?
Yeah, and just figuring out how we can support them in figuring out how people can get back to the theater, can get back to live theater, I guess. And it's been interesting discussions. And Kelly and Camille have done a great job at trying to pivot a few times throughout the year, like thinking, okay, maybe we can do this, and maybe we can do this, and what are we doing now? So it'll be interesting to see how we can get back to live shows and entertainment, arts, theater, all of it, because I know everyone's craving it. So it'll be interesting to see how we can support them, how, as the vaccinations come out and how people get comfortable, because even then there's been a lot of discussion, whether it's in like banking where I'm from or theater, around how comfortable people will be, right? How comfortable are we really going to be in a big setting going forward? So that'll be interesting to see how we all figure that out.
Do you think, yes, like you had mentioned the vaccine, will that be kind of like the deal breaker then for opening the doors to theaters, to live music venues?
I don't know if it'll be the deal breaker. Like, obviously no one can ever mandate the vaccine, right? Like, it's not something that we would say definitely it's mandated. I think it's just once we get through this pandemic that will really, we're following the government and the health officials on what they're recommending. So we're just monitoring that really closely. So the vaccination is definitely the next steps, because we want to make sure no one's at risk and that we're not putting people at risk, and that that's rolled out. But I don't know if that'll be the end of it. I think we'll see what happens in 2021. Yeah.
Kelly, if you want to join in this little conversation, obviously you've been looking at 2021. Any ideas?
Yeah, I mean, we're hoping to, we have 3 smaller socially distant shows that we have up our sleeve ready to roll out in this winter spring season. And, you know, after we come back from the holidays, we're going to make a final decision on whether we can go live with the first one or whether we'll just stream it. Basically everything we're doing in the winter spring will be, you know, rehearsed as though it will go live, and also filmed so that, you know, if we have to, you know, stop the show mid-run, we still have it, or for people that are, you know, don't feel comfortable coming, you know, and it's an 800 seat house, our John Hirsch main stage, and about 120 people fit in it in a socially distanced map. So it's a small audience. And then looking to 21, 22, which is, you know, starting, our season traditionally starts at the end, you know, the end of September. It's a fall season and it goes all the way till May. Talking to colleagues of similar sized theaters across the country, none of us know what our season is yet, which is crazy because right now is the time when I would be getting board approval on my 21-22 season, and we'd be, you know, preparing for our announcement at the end of January and rolling out our subscription campaign. And, you know, your guess is as good as mine. Even with the vaccine, you know, that's we have a huge population to vaccinate, and then there's two that have to be taken, 2 vaccines. And then we don't even know how long it actually lasts. So it's all kind of a guessing game. You know, I think a lot of people in the industry are hoping that we can bring, you know, this time next year. So if we miss main stage 1, which is our October show, and think about opening in the holiday season with our second show, that's a lot of people are talking about potentially that might be when we return. But you know, that's the crazy making part of COVID is that we don't understand what the future is. And so we're just kind of left suspended in space trying to make decisions or a variety of pathways to travel, depending on how things roll out.
I mean, my heart goes out to you. I mean, Kelly, it's terrible. And I think that's the whole part of it, is having so many different plans and so many different kind of scenarios. But again, it's crazy just to be like a board member and trying to do your best and trying to figure out how are we going to raise money if we don't have something to sell, so to speak. But I think that, yeah, I think you're safe to say, and fingers crossed, a year from now, we'll be opening up the Royal Manitoba Theatre Centre. I hope. That's all we can do. Oh, so like for the rest of the ladies, you have joined in on these conversations. Oh, and it's going to ask to Maria. You joined again in the summer, or yeah, I guess early summer, with your new venture, Karakia, and it has taken off. I am so proud and so excited for you, Maria. So there might be a few ladies that may not know of your company. So again, maybe just give us a little bit on what Karakia is all about.
Absolutely. Yes, thank you for having me back. So yes, I started Karakia. It's an online store, and we've been working really hard on designing women's bamboo underwear. And so in the summer, actually during August for the month, we launched a campaign through Kickstarter. Kickstarter is it's a platform that you can launch the product and get some backers so you can go into production. So our campaign did extremely well, and I'm grateful and thankful that that we got a lot of supporters, and because of that we were able to go into production, and we've actually started shipping our product out last week, the women's bamboo underwear. And to be honest, like I said, it's been a long journey, but I'm proud of the product, and we've been getting some amazing reviews so far. And yeah, and like you said, we went live with the website last week. It's been so much work in getting it done. Like I said, most of you have said that, through this COVID, we had to learn a lot of different ways of how to go around it, and it's been, the silver lining through this process has been, it's like you just got to keep working hard and look for opportunities, right? So I think, with the online store, it was critical, and I think more than ever right now, I think there couldn't be a perfect time to go live with that website. And I remember a few years ago when I was talking to people about, starting an online store of selling women's intimate apparels. They thought it was crazy idea. Like, who's going to buy intimate apparels? You need to try them. You need to, feel the material. And I'm like, well, anyway, it was interesting to hear that a few years ago when I thought about the idea, and I talked to a couple of my friends saying, hey, I want to do this. What do you think? And often, I did hear that, oh, I don't think it's going to work out because people need to try it on. But here we are now. It's interesting how things have changed, and it's been challenging, but overall, like I said, I'm super excited that we're finally able to show the product to everyone, and I can't wait for everyone to try it on and stuff. So.
Wow. So 2020 actually has been the year for you, Maria. And yeah, it's amazing, and the product looks amazing, and everybody has been giving such great shout outs for the underwear, and underwear is very important, as we all learned.
Yeah, it is.
And I guess too, for you, it's been personally an amazing year, not only for Karakia, but yourself too, right?
Absolutely. It's been, I went back to school this year, and it's also been different. I haven't been in school for so long, and I've decided to go back and learn more about what led me to this. It was my mental health journey that I've had, and I wanted to learn more about it. And interesting, I actually started volunteering at Mood Disorder when Ali used to work there a few years ago, and I started going there just to learn more about it. And after that, I decided to go to university and take some courses, so just so I can learn more and hopefully give back to the community through volunteering. So yeah, so it's been an amazing year. Like it's taking courses at home has allowed me to stay home and also work on my business as well. So it's been like I said, it's just the opportunities are there, and I've used that to my advantage, which allows me to focus on things that are important to me right now. So it has been, like I said, a good year, I guess, nevertheless.
Well, certainly one you'll never forget, correct?
Absolutely.
Yes. No. Yeah. And so for all my other ladies here, you've been like on this journey, going back to, well, very beginning of April. This is our 45th show, and I think we've done a lot, talked a lot, said a lot. So I'm gonna go just starting around, well, Charlotte and Kirsten. 2020, yes, it's not been a great year, but in other ways, it has been. You've done some amazing work. You've put together the all-in peer support for families and been able to get out videos. So take it away, ladies. 2020, what has it meant? Kirsten.
Well, I think given that Charlotte's one of the co-owners of the company, I'm going to go after Charlotte because this is your baby, Charlotte. So go for it.
Well, we wouldn't have been so successful with All In, and this is coming from both Robyn and myself, without having you as part of it, Kirsten. So please don't ever, not think that you're so valued in our company. All In's been a huge year for Kirsten and me. With the support of Robyn, we've connected with so many families, not only in Manitoba, but across Canada and North America, just supporting them on their family's mental health journey. It's funny, people hire business coaches to help them, with their business. People hire lifestyle coaches to help them with their lifestyles, fitness coaches to help them with their fitness. But, what are they doing to support their families? And that is just the area that Kirsten and I work so hard at, supporting families on, their journey. And that's what peer support really is. It's, helping families support what works for them and their family's mental health stories. So I couldn't be more excited what 2021 looks like, not only for our company, but All In. And yeah, Kirsten, you got to add a couple things because.
Well, thank you very much, Charlotte. I'm really fortunate because I absolutely love my job, and I would never have this position if my family hadn't gone through some adversity. And it's that experience that Charlotte and I have had as mothers that have kind of etched out this very unique field that we have, and expertise where we've walked the path. We know what it's like to have a child, a young adult that struggles with mental health challenge, and what the toll it takes on the entire family. Because as you all know, when a family member is struggling with mental health, the entire family is struggling. And then you put it into a young person and a parent, and I think that is even compounded, and it's a really different journey. And for us to have the expertise from, I'd love to say from A to Z, and it's a nice straight path, but it's not that simple. And we're still on our journeys, but for us to have that expertise and to be able to connect, relate, give hope, and say, hey, yeah, I get it, I've been there. The feedback we're getting is just, I keep going back, Charlotte, if we had this when we were in the depths of it, it would be amazing. So that's all I'm going to say. There's lots of people to go around, but.
And, I'm just going to add, and with the help of Tracy, I don't know if, I know a lot of moms can relate to this, but those nights where you're not sleeping because you're ruminating and, what's going on in your family. So Kirsten and I, with the help of Tracy, have created some amazing downloadable workshops. So they're videos that you can watch whenever you have a moment, as well as a workbook. And it's on, topics of everything from, what you think when you're suspecting that your child has a mental health challenge, to how to support yourself through that, to working through the shame and blame you feel from being a parent who is going through the challenges of raising a child who struggles with mental health, and we also include addiction in that. We've got survival tips for families, which is one of my favorites. It's just they're amazing. They're $20 and you can download it, watch it during, when you have a moment. And then we do our free peer support groups that we have going weekly on Wednesday nights. So it's just like Kirsten said, we're creating things that we would have loved when we were at the worst moments in our family's mental health story. So I encourage you guys, if you have friends or family who are struggling with this, send them our way. We never turn away a family who's struggling, and I think that's. But thanks, Tracy, for helping us create them, because without your support, they would never have been able to happen.
And expertise, thank you, Tracy.
Well, no, it's that's no question answered. As like I would help any one of these women here today at a drop of a hat, and including JC and Robyn. So Robyn, there, you're sitting right in the middle of my screen. This screen is really small, okay? And if you're not wearing a distinctive Santa hat, and then both of you are wearing Santa hats, I'm like going, okay. Robyn and Cynthia too. Hugs and kisses to Cynthia. So the both of you have become friends vis-a-vis this Hue Virtual Chat. And I love making relationships happen. But Cynthia, your journey is very interesting in 2020, because 2020 was supposed to be your year of making the world know who Cynthia Fortledge is, correct? And well, things have changed, but Cynthia is in England and she's safe and well, right, Cynthia?
Yeah, absolutely. Hi, everyone. Good evening from the UK. It's been an interesting journey. Rather than live in 12 countries, I've lived in 4. So that's not bad, given this year. And I'm now really into a pre-settlement phase here in the UK. Since we last spoke, I have secured my citizenship. I even have medical services here now. So life is kind of coming together and trying to establish the Cynthia Fortledge brand here in the UK, but still, again, the audience is absolute globally. I've been fortunate to partner with a group out of Los Angeles called Quilt. They have an app in both the Google and the Apple Store, just Quilt. And Quilt is a peer support network. So on every Wednesday night, I am hosting a peer support space for depression and anxiety, and just continuing some of the work that I've been doing, but doing it specifically in that space because it was a need. And again, just continuing to reach out and connect with so many audiences that I have been, and continue the work that I've been doing on my coaching business, working with women and those in the LGBT plus community who are looking either for life coaching or career coaching in terms of the moving. So, and there'll be some announcements coming up mid-January 2021 that I've been made aware of that will be noteworthy. So I'm excited to share that as we go into the new year. So yeah, that's kind of where I'm at.
Well, you know what? I think the big thing that stands out in our minds for 2020 is acceptance without understanding. I know Kirsten loves that. And you've expanded that too as well, right? As we got further and further in this isolation and pandemic.
Yeah.
So I'd let you explain a little bit more, Cynthia.
Absolutely. Yeah, I was blessed, if we look at it that way, because it was definitely a gift. During my time in Colombia, in Medellin, Colombia, I had a download that came to me as I was meditating, and it said that, we begin with acceptance without understanding, which is what everyone's heard me talk about. But that's not the end. We begin with acceptance without understanding. We grow to acceptance with understanding. And it's really that evolution that we continue to want to know and to understand, but we don't begin with the why. We begin with the acceptance, and that creates an open, positive space to have the dialogue to deal with, again, the why. Why are we different? Why do we not see eye to eye? And it doesn't mean that we will all agree, which is one of the benefits of acceptance without understanding, is that you don't need to understand someone. But if you disagree with what you're hearing, you also don't need to have that in your life either. And so that's choices that you get to make through life as you're evolving. So I've been very, very excited that I was blessed to have this message to share and continue to take it, and quite honestly, still continue to find ways to share it with a global audience, not just between across the pond, as they say, between Canada and UK, but certainly find other nations where I can share the message and continue the work.
Well, you're on your way in 2021, Cynthia. Yes. Oh, I'm so happy for you, and all the best over the holidays too.
Thank you. To you too.
So Robyn.
Yes.
Yes, you're here. You've made lots of friends on the show. You've got Cynthia, you've got Rami, all of these other ladies here, Susie, Rana. I mean, all of us.
It's the accent. People love the accent.
No, through all of this though too. I mean, you work with two of your lovely cohorts there that are so brilliant, Kirsten and Charlotte, your business partner. Yep. It has been actually a pretty good year for Robyn Priest Live Your Truth.
Yeah, like who would have thought that being crazy would have paid off so well in this year? I think when I think about it, like we've had so many conversations with people, and it's not, if you think, like some people, it's all about finances, right? It's not about that with our company. If we wanted to earn big bucks, we probably wouldn't be doing what we were doing, but it's about the conversations, about talking more about mental health, not mental illness or, oh my God, this is awful, don't talk about it, but being able to say to people, let's talk when it's not okay. Let's be okay that it's not okay. Let's have those conversations throughout the community. So like we've been super blessed to feel like we can have more of those conversations and do a little more in terms of tackling the stigma and discrimination piece. Because I think in the past, there's so many people that deal with, you know, days where they're not as great as they could be, but they haven't talked about it. And now we see more people standing up, talking about it. Famous, like people in the community who are just doing their daily stuff. And so I think in terms of that, that's why we've had a good year, because we've seen people actually start to engage with each other and engage as community, right? And not be, I think it's the piece Cynthia was talking about, right? People are starting to accept more without always understanding, and then being in conversations that allow them to understand that. So yeah, I think this year has been, I would say, very interesting and challenging at times and hard at times, yet not impossible, and amazing to see people have different conversations.
Thank you, Robyn. We always enjoy hearing you speak.
You're most welcome, Tracy. It's always good. And happy holidays to everyone. And I did put something in the chat box. I just want to say it and then I'll shut up. I know it's unusual for me. I'm Australian. I don't shut up. But to give back to the community, and I live on my own, so it's not like I'm out partying at Christmas. Christmas Eve, 5 to 7, Christmas Day, 2 to 6. I'm having a virtual open home for anyone that wants to pop in for a minute or for the whole time, to laugh, cry, be however in that conversation. It's not about people with just mental health issues, it's our community. So I know people from all over the world that I haven't spoken to in like 10 years were like, yeah, we're coming. So like if you want to share that link, I don't care whether I've got one person on there with me or 1,000. I just want to open up and say, there's someone here, like, and whatever it is, like, I'm here.
Beautiful. Thank you, Santa. Oh, and I just got a little note. Our first show was April 7th, 2020. And here we are, December 15th. And my two beautiful friends, Rana and Susie, through thick and thin, through all of our, what have we morphed into now? But our group of four is expanded into a group of more than 150 women that we have invited to chat here. And you know, I would not be here if it wasn't for all of you sharing your stories. And I don't know about Susie and Rana, but listening and hearing all of these conversations, it's helped me. How has 2020 and has it been for you, Susie?
I will unmute myself. It's been hard, for sure.
Mm-hmm.
This was a very challenging year, as it was for many people. There's been loss, there's been sadness, there's been uncertainty, but as always, there's been moments of joy within that, right? So I think that this year has really been a lot about how to live with both of those experiences at the same time, right? How can I be so sad and uncertain about my future and yet so grateful to be alive and have my family safe and healthy? There's a lot of feelings wrapped up in that, right? So to me, I'm glad to leave this year behind, that's for sure. And I'm glad to move on to the next one with the lessons that I've learned, and to apply those lessons to 2021 and moving forward. And, you know, whether you're job hunting, life-changing events, you know, having a baby, losing someone that you love, you are resilient, and we have each other to draw upon for strength. You don't have to be strong all the time, because none of us can be. And I think that that's a great lesson that I've taken from this year, is that we don't need to be alone, but that once we share our stories and once we open up to be vulnerable and tell people what we're going through, so many people will say, yes, I'm feeling that too, or yes, I've experienced that too, and I didn't know it wasn't just me. And I think that is a gift that this show, that this conversation that we keep having gives to people.
Oh, thanks, Susie. You just froze a little there, but no, yeah, it is. You put it all together, very, very much so in a nutshell. And then Rana too. Yeah, 2020 had definitely been a roller coaster for you, girl. I know.
Yeah, I think I'm like everyone else. I'm kind of happy it's kind of winding down, and I don't know why we thought it was just the 2020 year. It's not really the year. It's like a moment in time. It could have been any time, right? It just happened to be, we just call it the year. So, every day gets better. I think that we're all gonna manage our way through, and it is our last live and it's our last chat. So I think leaving it with some bit of hope and some positivity, instead of me always being like the bummer in every conversation, which I have been all year. And I will say, it was a really tough year for me, and I appreciated your friendships and your insight and the messages after we got off live, of support. And I know a lot of you, Charlotte, Kirsten, Robyn, Susie, a lot of you had messaged me after, just kind of checking in, and I appreciate that. It was a tough time. So for me, I'm not going to say anything negative today. I'm not going to say anything bad. I'm grateful for your friendship, and Tracy for giving us the opportunity to kind of come together once a week and, see human faces and have really great conversations and learn from each other. So, there's a lot of exciting things to look forward to. Yeah, it'll be different, but we'll manage. We'll get through. So that's where I'm leaving it at. I will not go anywhere negative this time.
Oh, come on. One little one. just to leave us, come on. And I was just going to ask, is Linda still around? No. Okay.
Linda logged off.
Okay. Thank you. Because I can't see, but she's no longer on the screen. So we send all our best wishes to Linda. I have a last question to all of you. And I guess it might be a tough one, but maybe not. What do you most hope for in 2021?
I'd like to be able to hug my friends.
See? Good.
Honestly, I just want to hug my people. And it seems like it's just kind of this small thing, but oh, my heart. I miss people so much. So that's mine.
Okay. Who else?
I have to say mine's the same. We are definitely on the same page, girlfriend, because I have half my family's in Portugal, right? So I have not been able to do them. I've missed a few funerals this year. I've missed a few weddings. I missed a few amazing events in my friends and my family's life that live there too. So I'm just like, let me get on a plane, let me go there, let me go eat some food in Portugal and see my family. So I am looking forward to that. But I do have to say, like, being alone with certain family members has been great. And for me, I'm just really, really ready to be able to just hug them. And I'm not sure I'm going to let go, and maybe they won't like that, but that's just how I'm feeling right now.
How about you, JC?
I hope that this year has served us all the best lessons that we can apply in the next year, that we can finally just look at next year and be like, I'm just gonna start doing. Life's too short. If anything, we learned that, man, we have, as much as everything is going on, we have full control of ourselves and what we do with our time. And I just hope that this year has really resonated that lesson that we can apply in the next year, that we can just start doing. Just doing and living.
Awesome. Maria?
I think the same thing. I have to echo everyone else. I think for me is seeing my family and friends. it's not that I took it for granted, before, but now I can't really, I haven't seen my niece and nephew who I adore. And even just having, missing people's birthdays, before I would, it's not that I took it for granted, but now I think I'm going to appreciate just having them over for dinner and living the moment. I think more than anything is just being mindful that how meaningful those relationships are to me. And I think now I'm going to look at a little bit different when I do have the chance to see my friends, is really be in the present and enjoy every minute of it. So, because now I realize that it's, having Zoom call is not the same. So I think that's, for me.
Oh, good. Kelly?
I think I'm going to riff on Cynthia's message of, grow to acceptance with understanding. I feel like the world has had a really hard year, and there's a lot of division in the world and a lot of polarization, certainly south of the border, but beyond that. And it sounds cliche, but peace among people and acceptance with an understanding of our differences and our common humanity. I'm really, that's I think the most important thing right now is for us to accept each other and come together.
Oh, nice. And also step into the theater in 2021. Oh, yeah. Andrea.
Well, that's a hard one to follow. Kelly's got one of the best, the best meaningful ones there. So I feel like saying I echo that, but no, I definitely echo a lot of what everyone is saying here. Hugging people, being with family and friends, just kind of our old normal life and not taking it for advantage. I think the one other thing I look forward to is really seeing my kids get to be kids again. I think that's been a big change. With, they can't even see each other's faces anymore. They've got anxieties. All kids, I'm sure, have anxieties around what's been going on. So I really look forward to a time when we can kind of get back to the kids being able to be kids, enjoy sports, school, and their friends as well as us.
Oh, most definitely. Cynthia.
Well, I'll take the liberty in two things. Personally, I absolutely echo what Rana had started. I have room in my heart for someone. So I know that Rob had put that out there before, so I'm putting it out there. Maybe it'll work for me. So, but yeah, absolutely missing the touch, the connection. But I think rather than being selfish as to what I want, I think that as a society, as a global society, that we stop talking about going back to the old normal and realize how ineffective, how dysfunctional it was, how it was destroying lives and mental health and physical health in this planet, and that we absolutely need to focus on getting it right going forward. I'm reading reports that are coming out, and that's what I hope, is that we get our new normal, we get it right.
Oh, words of wisdom. Yes, we all do. Robyn.
I don't know if we'll always get it right, but my hope is that we actually stand up and say when we got it wrong and look at adjusting for that. And I think my biggest thing is that people really do get to live their truth and live without fear. And I think that encompasses the people about harmony and peace and like that we just get to go after our dreams. No matter what the world looks like, that we take that step without fearing that if we step into the unknown, oh my God, because I hope that we're all there to support each other when we take that step. That's all.
Simple, always simple, to the point. And Susie, give us some hope.
I do have hope. I do. Yeah, my hope is to definitely hug people again, and to, I will not be turning down any invitations to go out in 2021 once this is all over. I'm going to be saying yes to everything, just cause. Yeah.
Aww.
Doesn't matter what you're doing. You want me to read a book at your house while you sit there reading a book? I will come read a book with you. Yes. Are we going to go walking? Yes. Are we going to go for wine? Yes.
Okay.
Want to go snowshoeing? Yes, I will go do that. Yes. Anything to get out of the house, to be with people, to be out, go to a movie, even a crappy movie. Yes, I will go. I will just eat the popcorn. But yes, I am so excited to go out and do things.
Oh, everyone, this is fantastic. And I think, yes, I mean, everybody shared so many things that I think that everybody else is feeling. My hope is in 2021, I can have all of you in person here and talking and laughing and sharing together. Family and friends, definitely, but the relationships that we've made through this little venture has been amazing, and continue to support each other. That's what I hope. If you ever need help, you know where I am, and you know where everybody else is. So I think if we can just expand that into our community, I hope that we can help more people. And that's my hope for 2021. So have a very safe and happy holiday. Enjoy yourselves. Do whatever you like.
And can I
in
say
the
one
comforts
thing
of
as
your
well?
own home.
I want to say a special thank you to you, Tracy, for bringing us together every week and for creating this wonderful community, and to all of your technical staff, to Graham and everybody behind the scenes that we never see but who are there helping to keep this show going. Thank you so much for being such a lifeline for so many people, and for giving us something to look forward to every week, and for being the cheapest form of therapy possible. Thank you.
And I don't even charge, no. No. And don't forget, go to Royal MTC, All is Bright, RWB's The Nutcracker Suite, and JC Caldo, go to iTunes, It's a Quarantine Christmas. Oh, and support everybody, show their love. So have a great day, stay safe, stay healthy, and we'll see you in 2021, okay?
Bye, everyone. Thank you,
We'll be in
Tracy.
contact. Bye-bye.
Thanks, Tracy.
Merry Christmas, everyone. Happy holidays.
Happy holidays.
Happy holidays.
Happy holidays.
Happy holidays. Happy holidays.
Everyone too.